Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Landing Pages We Love with Instapage. I'm Jake Ayers, the digital marketing lead at Instapage. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Rugs Direct Rug Finder landing page and specifically the quiz flow that you go through to select the perfect rug for you and get it shipped by Rugs Direct. So step one right here, we're just going to select the space that the rug is within. You can see sort of 8 options here. We're just going to go with number 2 there. And as we move through the process, I would like you to sort of notice what this quiz flow is actually doing. At the end of it, of course, you're going to get customized results that are relevant to all the inputs that you just had in the subsequent 9 steps, right? Or the prior 9 steps, excuse me. And as well as sort of creating the actual options that you can buy from at the end of the quiz, it's also helping you create the rug and the space in your mind, right? It's showing you all the colors and options and spaces so you can sort of put it together in your own mind's eye and see it, for lack of a better term, see it within there without actually having to see it in person. So it's doing 2 things at the same time, both sort of from a purchase intent and from a sort of consumer psychology standpoint that I think are really, really good and really, really impactful for the user. And as we go through the quiz as well, you can see all the sort of customization options and different sort of niche cases that you can choose from: hardwoods, medium hardwoods, all the different colors, patterns, just a whole litany of different things. So it's speaking to sort of every decor, every eventual purchaser that is looking for a rug, no matter what the space is, sort of what their budget range is. It's a very, very all-encompassing and all-inclusive process, right? And so now that we're at the end of the flow right here, you can see that they're doing a sort of interstitial email capture right here. This email capture actually isn't required to see your results, which is a really good thing for the consumer, and maybe not necessarily the best thing for Rugs Direct. So to talk about some things that we could experiment on with the quiz flow here, that would be one thing actually. That sort of email intent capture, I would probably try to experiment either with making that a required action for the user, either at the end of the quiz or the beginning, making it sort of a requirement so that you're guaranteeing that you're getting that email, even if the user doesn't necessarily fill it out, or they do, you still get some sort of worthwhile insight from that interaction, right? And the other thing I would test about that form is, like I said earlier, moving it at a different point in the quiz, probably in the beginning, just so like to start the quiz, we need your email. Maybe make it required or not required. Again, test those sort of 2 multivariate facets of the email capture, just to see what actually behooves Rugs Direct the most, right? And then the other thing I would probably experiment with this quiz flow is sort of changing the physical aspects of the quiz flow itself. Up the top, you can see we have 9 different steps, and most users, when they see a quiz that has 9 steps, they're probably going to have a lot of exit intent and a lot of bounce from that page experience, right? Telling users how much work they have to put in is valuable, but telling them they have to put in too much work, that's when you're shooting yourself in the foot more so than helping yourself, right? So maybe try to put some facets of the quiz together, right? Like maybe move traffic and sizing into the same section, or quality and purpose, et cetera, et cetera. Just try to condense it a little bit more, give the user less to click through, even though they are essentially just clicking 1 or 2 things at each step. Again, telling them that they have to do 9 things before they actually get to what they want may not be the most sort of beneficial thing for Rugs Direct to do with the quiz flow, right? But overall, for my final thoughts here on this landing page and the quiz experience, you can see, like I said at the beginning of the video here, all of the rugs that were put together and offered to you based on the quiz that you just filled out. And it's a lot, right? You can see totally different styles, totally different sort of traditions and cultures that are present in the rugs, different sizes, different ideal locations that you can put them within the room that you selected. There's just a whole litany of options that you can choose from. So even though the quiz flow may be a little bit long and we can experiment and sort of change that up a little bit, the user is still getting a lot of value at the end of that quiz. So it turns out to be a worthwhile experience for them, even with those 9 steps in the quiz. So overall, very, very good landing page experience. I would say that this is something that's not typical to the e-com retail space, you're really used to just sort of landing on a product description page that has image on the left and price on the right with a little subhead and some copy and the CTA there. So this is a very, very different sort of experience for the user that I think most users would really, really appreciate. It's interactive. It gives them something that's valuable and relevant at the end of it. So overall, very, very good landing page with some aspects that we could test to make it even better. But very good job by Rugs Direct. So in between the next edition of Landing Pages We Love, if you are looking to make a landing page of your own that you love very much, please feel free to check out our free trial at the top left there. And until then, thank you for joining us, and see you next time.